Our next speaker is a nationally recognized multimedia radio talk show host, which she actually raced here from to make sure that she could get here on time because her show ends at 6 o'clock. So thank you very much for racing here. She is an award-winning producer, speaker, coach, and author. She's recognized by her peers and listeners as the powerhouse voice behind lifestyle, health and wellness, inspirational, and personal growth talk radio. She helps her listeners turn their obstacles into opportunities and challenges into solutions. Teaching us how to cope with difficult people, please welcome Patricia Raskin to the stage.
How many of you have difficult people in your lives? I think a lot of us, right? Okay, so listen quickly. I'm using the work of Dr. Robert Branson. I love his images and his depictions, so that's what I'm using tonight. But I want to tell you a story first. The story is, really explains this. The story is that a turtle and a snake meet by the shore. And the snake says to the turtle, "Listen, Mr. Turtle, will you carry me across the water?" And the turtle says, "No, I won't, because you're going to bite me." And the snake says, "No, I wouldn't bite you." And the turtle says, "Yes, you will." So the snake convinces the turtle, and eventually the turtle does take the snake over, carries it on the back, and you know what happens? The snake bites the turtle. Okay, well, what's the moral of this story? Then he said to the turtle, he said to the snake, "Why did you bite me?" The snake said, "I'm so sorry, Mr. Turtle. That's my nature." And that's the nature of the people that we're going to talk about today. It's their nature. They've gotten a lot of leg room out of doing what they do, and it works for them. And they're powerful and strong. So we're going to talk about these. The first ones are the hostile aggressors. There's Sherman tanks, there's snipers, and they're exploders. And I'll tell you about each one. The Sherman tank will get bullied, and they'll overwhelm, and they'll bombard you. You know those people that just kind of go like this? You have to stand up to them and not fight with them. And call them by name, "Listen, John," and don't argue with them. But show that you're strong in a respectful way. That's the hostile aggressive, the Sherman tank. Now the sniper's the one that makes that cutting with Mark. Like, "Hi Patricia, so glad that you could make it tonight, ha ha ha. You're only 10 minutes late." That's the sniper. And so what you want to do is you want to make sure that you give them an alternative. You don't fight with them directly, but you might say, "Gee, was that a dig?" "Oh, no, it's not." "Gee, did everyone else hear, was that a dig?" So those are the kinds of things you want to do with the sniper. Now we have the exploder. They scream at you. People are very afraid of exploders. They throw tantrums. Take them seriously and get a breather in a private area with them. Say, "I want to talk to you, but not this way." The complainers are next. They gripe incessantly. They feel powerless. They don't take responsibility. Listen, check for agreement, don't agree or apologize, state the facts, and ask them for steps. Otherwise, I'll keep complaining. Say, "How would you like this to end?" Now we have that person who's the yep, nope, and grunt. You know, yep, nope. Don't interrupt the silence, but ask open-ended questions. And wait for a response. Be patient, but keep asking them open-ended questions. All right, now we've got those people that everyone loves because they say yes to everything. "Oh, of course," and then they do nothing. Those are the super agreeables. Extract the facts, value them and talk directly. Get them to tell you their concerns. Get them to talk to you. Compromise and listen to humor, because sometimes there's hidden meanings in their humor. Well, we all know the negativists. I have a friend like this. Everything won't work, it's always impossible. Don't be dragged down, but don't try to argue with the negativists. Discuss their problem and solution, and take your own action. Now we've got the know-it-all bulldozers. They feel and act superior. They believe they're the experts, and you know why? Because they are. So know your material cold, listen carefully, avoid dogmatic statements, ask leading questions, but earn their respect. Now these are also know-it-all experts, but they're the phony ones, they're the balloons. So they're condescending and pompous, but they really don't know what they're talking about. So restate the facts, give them alternative solutions, and help them save face. Say, "Gee, could it be that?" rather than saying, "Telling them you're wrong." Indecisive stallers. They just stall. They can drive you crazy. They wait for everything to be perfect and nothing ever is. Get them to talk. Look for hesitations or omissions. Help them to solve the problem. State the facts, even if you've had issues with them. Now, we've been through all of these folks, and now let's look at the coping steps. You're going to assess the situation based on what we talked about. You're going to stop wishing that person were different because they are not different. Then you're going to get distance between you and the difficult behavior because they'll bombard you. So you want to step back, you may have to leave the room and figure out what you're going to do. And formulate have more than one behavior. They could be aggressive, and then they could also be quiet and unresponsive. And then you want to implement your plan, because you're going to figure it out, then you want to go back and implement it. And that's a really important piece. And when you implement it again, try to think of the different behaviors they have, because sometimes there's more than one. Then monitor it. Again, you can see all the types that we had, from the negativist to the person who yeses you, to the person who buries their head in the sand, to our hostile aggressives. Figure out what works, and if something doesn't, modify it. And you may have to even rehearse in front of a mirror. The takeaway is stop wishing that difficult person were different, because like the snake, they're not, and accept them for who they are. That's why they've gotten where they have. Thank you.